Hello and welcome to Eurotech Greensboro. In the shop today we have a lovely little green MGA. It's in here just to rest for a while. We're not doing any particular service to it, but let's go over and take a look at it. The MGA is the successor to the MGTD. It's a much more refined car and can be made much more weather tight. The doors aren't as low cut as they were in the MGTD, and this car can be much more weather tight. It has a much nicer fitting top than the TD, and side curtains are much easier to use. The lines on this car are very clean, and it's extremely aerodynamic. If you can imagine the shape it would have if the windshield were removed, this car is very slick, and it did set some speed records in its day back in the 50s. This was quite a product for MG. You can see the trunk is just a very flush fit trunk. Nice tail lights, good bumpers. Coming around to what in America is the driver's side of the car, we see nicely rounded fenders, steel disc wheels. You'll notice the lack of door handles on this car. To open the door handle, we have to reach inside the car. So I'm showing you now the passenger side door from the inside of the car. You'll notice we're inside the car. And in the cutout for the door pocket, if you'll notice where I'm going to point to, this cord right here opens the door. And we have the same situation on the driver's side, which I'm going to show you right now. There's the cord, and I'm going to manipulate the cord and open the door. And this allows us to get into the car. It's probably worth noting that if we fold the seats forward, there is some space behind here, which right now is taken up by this tonneau cover. Nice little area to store things, and the top now fills this is the top right here, and this is a convenient storage case and the tonneau cover. So there's a little bit of storage space back there. And so we have a delightful dashboard with a nice Smith's tachometer, 120 mile per hour speedometer, a gauge that MG especially is pretty well known for. That's a combined water temperature, oil pressure gauge all in one hole. What looks like a radio speaker grill with a button underneath is not the radio speaker grill, and the button is for the horn. To the right of that we have the fuel gauge, a radio blank off plate, and the little chrome device right there to the right of the radio delete plate is a map light, which is manipulated by the switch to the right of the map light. Starting this car is an interesting process. You turn the key to the on position, then you pull this out, and that actually pulls, there's a cable attached to it that pulls the starter solenoid and engages it. The optional heater control is right here. Just above that we have the choke cable, which is a T-handle that we pull to lock just like an MGB, light switch, an optional cigarette lighter that somebody has added, panel light switch, and this delightfully interesting turn signal switch, which you have to manipulate to the left or the right, and you have to cancel it yourself. It won't cancel on its own. This light right here indicates when the turn signal lights are flashing. Down in the floorboard we have the pedals that we need to drive the car, and we have the handle that we pull to open the hood. Standing at the front of the car looking in the engine bay, the hood uses a prop rod like some modern Japanese cars use. Radiator. Somebody's added an electric cooling fan to the front, which moves a little bit more air through the radiator to help cool the car on these really hot North Carolina summer days. Moving along, we have the upper radiator hose. This car also has an alternator. It was originally equipped with a generator. There's the heater control valve, conveniently located right above the distributor, so that when it wears out and starts to leak water, it'll leak right onto the distributor, ground the spark out, and cause the car to quit. The big black box is the heater assembly. Let's go around to the other side of the car and look at the carburetor. Dual 1.5" SU carburetors give the car remarkably good performance. And a data plate, which among other things suggests that the car was made in Abingdon-on-Thames. What you're looking at is actually not an MG-A engine, it's an MG-B engine. This has been a popular swap ever since the MG-B engine came out. It's bigger and a little bit better built. It's a 5 main bearing engine instead of the 3 main bearings that the MG-A has. So it's stronger and it'll hold up better and has some bit more horsepower. While we're under the hood, I want to show you one more thing, and that is the combined dual brake and clutch master cylinders. They're all in one complete unit with one fluid reservoir. And just to the right of that, you can just see the windshield wiper motor. So that concludes our tour of the green MG-A. Thank you very much for watching it. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it. I like to share these beautiful old cars with as many people as I can, so we're going to make more and more of these videos. This XKE behind me is probably going to be in an upcoming episode. So stay tuned, and thank you very much again. Be kind.